Hi, this is Kevin Ragsdale from Manchester, Tennessee, and this is a brief introduction to logging into Google accounts and uploading your documents to Google Docs using Visual FoxPro. And this is the demo program that we'll be using for the demonstration. And we'll flip over and take a look at my Google Docs account. You can see I'm logged in as Kevin Ragsdale at charter.net, and I don't currently have any documents. If I flip over to the iGoogle page, I like the little gadget for Google Docs. You can see if you have any active documents open. And we'll take a look at the files which make up the demo. Basically, there's one Visual FoxPro program called GDocs, which is the demo program we're going to take a look at. And then a few files from the Westwind client libraries, which I like to use for just about everything I do on the internet. That includes the www-utils and www-http, and also the include file. And gdocs.doc is just a Microsoft Word document that we'll be uploading to Google during the demonstration. So we'll jump back over to our demo program, and you can see one of the first things we've got to do is create our HTTP objects, the Westwind objects. I normally, if I'm going to do a straight port 80 request and also secure request, I'd normally like to create two different objects, one for each type of request. And for starters, we're going to log into my Google account, and you can see here we're just using the Westwind libraries. We add some post keys. You have to tell Google what account type you're looking at. You also provide your email address and your password, and you see I'm using a GUID for my password right now. I'll be changing that as soon as I'm done with the video. The service for Google Docs is called Writely, and your source is sort of like your user agent. It can be, anything that you want to make up. For now, I just put in Kevin Ragsdale's FoxPro blog. And what happens is when you go in through the client login API for Google Docs, you're making a request and sending them your post keys, and they will return a string back to you, and part of that string will be an authentication token that you can use for all of your requests during that session. It's important that you strip out the authentication code and hold on to it, because you're going to need it for every request that you make. Once I've got that token, I add the headers, and you can see the first thing I'm going to do is say, okay, here's my authentication token. Slug is the name of the file that you want it to be named on Google Docs. And then, of course, your content type is what type of file is it that you're uploading. And basically what I'm going to do is take the main program from the desktop alerts, and we're going to just create a string of that program and add that as a post key. And then we're going to make a call against the Google Docs API, and that's going to upload the file. After we get through with that, we're going to create a error and create a small little error report and upload that to Google, and also do the upload the Microsoft Word document that I talked about a minute ago. So we'll go ahead and save our changes to the GDocs program, and we'll run it right quick. And you see it returned the client login and the authentication token. And a couple of these requests, I've got it calling some message boxes. It's important to note here the 201 created response from the server basically tells you that Google successfully created a file on Google Docs that you had just uploaded. And hopefully in a minute the program will be done, and it is. We'll jump over to iGoogle. We may have to refresh this page. Sometimes it could take a minute or two before things show up. And there you see I've got three files in Google Docs. I've got the VFP alert main, which is just straight Visual FoxPro source code, the bug report that we created, and also the Word document that I threw out there. We'll jump back over into Google Docs. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for it to pick up our changes. We'll just go ahead and do a refresh and see what that does. And there we go. You can go in through Google Docs and take a look at the files that you uploaded. And you can see the VFP alert main is literally the source code for the main program from that project, which can be pretty interesting that you could use Google Docs as a repository for source code or just about any type of file that you want to store out on their servers. The next one is the bug report that we created, and that was just basically a fake error that we created, and you know, that's something else you could do with your apps. You could, if a bug occurs and you capture all types of settings and information and ask the user if they want to send the information to you, you can actually have it sent to your Google Docs account, and like I did on this iGoogle page, you know, when you get new documents pop up or new bug reports, you'll be able to see them immediately on your homepage. The last one's just the Word document that we uploaded to the server, and this is a sample Word 2000 document. Even though I created the document in Word 2000, I did not save it as a Word 2007 document, and the reason for that is because Google can choke on a 2007 document. So that's our documents. We'll jump back over to our source code right quick. This is where we created our little error and created an error string. And I cleared out the headers. And then we added our authentication token to the header, created the title for the document. In this case, it was a bug report, and then the date and the time that it was created. Content type is just text plain. It's just a regular text file. You see the message boxes that we popped up. Then when it came time to upload the Microsoft Word document, you should take note of the content type. We sent that as application MS Word. That told Google that, hey, this huge string that we're sending to you is a Word document, and Google will see that and do the necessary conversions that they need to do. Then after we got done with all of that, I made one last call. I sent out just my authentication token and said, hey, give me a list of everything you've got in my Google Docs account. And basically it returned it back as an XML string, and then we turned that into an XML document. And just for readability, we'll open it up in Visual Studio. And you see GDocs XML. And of course we'll format the document so we can read it. And that's the response back from Google. And you'll see here the entry. There will be an entry for every document in your Google Docs account. And in this case, we should have 3 of them. You can see that one's called My Word Document. The next one down here is the Bug Report, and so forth. And that's our brief introduction to logging into Google accounts and uploading documents using Visual FoxPro.